Your son is charged with driving while intoxicated. He's facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. It's a very serious charge. He's only 17 and I wanted to know more about him. So I sent him for a drug test. He tested positive for marijuana. I told him that I was going to test him again in 30 days. If he tested positive again for marijuana in 30 days.
Let's pause here because what the judge just laid out is absolutely critical. And most people don't realize this until it's too late. This 17-year-old doesn't have a license. He's already facing a DWI charge. If he gets behind the wheel of his mother's car and causes an accident, guess who the lawyers are coming after? Not the kid with no assets and no income. They're going after the deep pockets. The parent who owns a vehicle, who has the house, the savings, the years of hard work. Civil liability doesn't care about intentions. It cares about ownership and negligence. One bad decision by this teen could financially devastate his entire family. The judge isn't being dramatic here. He's laying out a legal reality that destroys families every single day. This is why parents need to understand. Handing over car keys isn't just about trust. It's about liability.
Days that tells me that he's continued to use and I'm going to put him in jail. He does not have a license, so at this moment in time, I'm going to order him not to drive. If this is your car, I would be very careful because if he goes out there and has an accident, God forbid, does damage or hurts someone else, that will be on you. They will come after you. All the hard work that you've done in life could be down the tubes.
What happens when teenagers think they're untouchable and a no-nonsense judge proves them dead wrong? Today, we're stepping into a courtroom where two 17-year-olds face charges that could derail their entire futures. One is charged with driving while intoxicated without even having a license. The other, reckless driving with a pattern of dangerous behavior. Both tested positive for marijuana after swearing they were clean. Both have mothers watching helplessly as their sons stand on the edge of serious consequences. Judge Fleischer isn't interested in excuses, and he's about to deliver a wake-up call that these teens and their families will never forget. The question is, will they listen before it's too late? This is tough love meets cold, hard reality, and you're about to see exactly how it unfolds.
If you were to really hurt someone, they're not going to come after him. They're going to go after the deep pockets, and that is you. If there's anything else that you want me to do, I'm willing to help you in any way. I gave him a lawyer today, and I will have the lawyer reach out to you. If there's anything that you need, all you have to do is ask me. If he starts acting up at your house and not following your orders, just come back and tell me, and I will straighten it.
Can we just take a second to appreciate this dynamic? The judge has essentially become this family's personal intervention specialist. He's offering resources, a lawyer, direct communication, the promise to straighten him up if needed. But here's the deeper question. Is this the court overstepping its boundaries, or is this exactly what struggling families need? Some would argue that judicial involvement should end at sentencing. Others would say that for at-risk teens, this kind of hands-on approach might be the only thing standing between them and a prison cell 5 years from now. The mother clearly seems relieved to have backup. But the real test isn't what happens in this courtroom. It's what happens when this kid walks out those doors. Do you think the scared straight approach actually changes behavior, or does it just delay the inevitable? Drop your thoughts below.
For you, you better be good for your mom. She works hard as it is. You start acting a fool in the free world, I will take the free world away from you in a heartbeat. Do you understand? You are not allowed to drive. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care what you're doing. No driving. Do you have insurance in your name? Does he have insurance, Mom? ¿Él tiene aseguranza, sí o no?
Yes. Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like from me as far as your son? Has he been going to school or is he skipping school?
No, sí, está yendo a la escuela.
He's going to school.
Se ha portado bien, nada más que pues, últimamente no sé qué le ha pasado.
He has been behaving well. I'm not sure what's happened lately.
Dime con quién andas, yo te digo quién eres. I don't know who he's hanging out with. Perhaps that's what it is. Perhaps it's just him himself.
Listen to what just happened in this exchange. The mother is searching for answers. Try to understand why her son, who she says has been behaving well, suddenly ended up here. And her conclusion? Perhaps it's just him himself. That's a parent confronting one of the hardest truths in raising teenagers. Sometimes, despite everything you do right, they make their own choices. The judge doesn't pile on or lecture her about parenting. Instead, he focuses on what can be controlled going forward. No more weed, no alcohol, mandatory testing. He's giving this family a framework, clear boundaries with clear consequences. Notice how he phrases it. You hold the keys to the jail cell. He's putting the power back in the teen's hands while making the stakes crystal clear. Stay clean, stay free. It's that simple and that difficult.
The only thing at this point, no more weed. Do you understand? You hold the keys to the jail cell. No alcohol. I'm going to test you for alcohol as well. You drink alcohol, likewise you will go to jail. They're going to call you to test. You have to go up there and test. Do you have any questions?
Él le toca la otra corte. ¿Tengo que venir yo o tiene que venir? Él tiene que venir, ¿verdad?
For the next court date, do I have to come, or he also has to come? Yes.
I will waive his appearance so he doesn't have to come as long as he remains in contact with the lawyer that I've given him. If the lawyer tells me that he's not responding to phone calls or text messages, I will issue a warrant. My only concern is that the streets are safe and that he's not using alcohol and drugs. If he cannot stop, there's only one place that he goes to.
Okay. Pero él ahorita hizo el examen de droga y le salió drogas.
He did the drug test and it came out with drugs.
I sent him to go take a drug test and he tested positive for marijuana. I had a feeling.
Shocker. Said absolutely no one. But here's the genius part of what just happened. The judge suspected this kid was still using marijuana, instead of accusing him outright, which would have led to denials and arguments. He simply ordered a drug test. That's not discovery. That's confirmation. It's the classic teenage fallacy playing out in real time. They can't prove anything. Well, now he can. And what makes this moment so significant is what it reveals about trust in the legal system. The 17-year-old likely walked in thinking he could outsmart the process. He probably told his mother he was clean. He might have even convinced himself. But the test doesn't lie. The judge just demonstrated that in his courtroom. Words mean nothing. Only evidence matters. The trust is officially shattered, and now this teen has to rebuild it from zero while facing the very real possibility of jail time.
That's the problem with 17-year-olds. Everything that comes out of their mouth is a lie. You cannot trust it. That's why I had him drug tested. It's unfortunate, and at some point, they will grow up. But while they are teenagers, it's whose guess as to what happens. I'm shuddering the day my kids become teenagers. So, if you have any issues, Mom, come back to me and I will help you however you need. Okay?
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. So you will now get a reset. Stay in contact with John. That's the lawyer up there. You must stay in contact with him. He's going to call you in about an hour now, and you need to speak to him. You understand? No more dope. Thank you. Your son is charged with reckless driving. He's facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. I went and sent him for a drug test. You want to take any guesses as to how it came out?
Yeah, it was positive, I heard.
Test positive again in 30 days. Guess where you're going to end up? Right. I've already had to put multiple people in jail for the same thing. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. I don't care if you're mad at me. It stops today.
Yes, Your Honor.
You will be tested 31 days from today. And if you test positive, it tells me that you've continued to smoke and you will dry up in jail. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
The other thing, ma'am, is whose car is he driving, yours or his?
His own.
Okay, I would be very careful because like I've already told him that this legislature has made it extremely easy for district attorneys across the state to seize cars from people who engage in this type of activity multiple times. You are on notice now. And I'm telling you, I've had people come here where their cars have been seized. A very nice $60,000 truck seized because they race and do donuts.
Here's something most young drivers don't understand until it's too late. Asset forfeiture is real and it's devastating. The judge just mentioned a $60,000 truck being seized because someone thought doing donuts and street racing was worth the risk. Texas law and many other states allows prosecutors to seize vehicles used in reckless driving incidents, especially for repeat offenders. This isn't a scare tactic. It's documented reality. And unlike criminal penalties that might result in probation or community service, losing your vehicle is immediate and permanent. For a young person making $2,500 a month in plumbing, that truck probably represents years of savings and their entire ability to get to work. One moment of showing off could eliminate their transportation, their income, and their independence in a single court order. The judge is making sure this kid understands. The consequences extend far beyond a fine or a few nights in jail.
All right. Tell me, how old are you? Okay. What do you do for a living?
Plumbing.
That's right. Do you have an income?
Yes.
How much do you make?
A month, I would say around like 2,500.
Okay. You need a lawyer to represent you, and we're going to reset your case to give you time to do that, sir. So we're going to reset you 31 days. You must be back here. And I'm telling you, you will be drug tested.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
understand?
Okay.
Okay. Mom, if he starts acting up with you, all you have to do is come back and tell me, and I will straighten him out for you.
My son is a very good kid. I have nothing, so he's,
Just you let me know if you have any problems, and we can help you out. Okay?
okay.
All right. Just go ahead and take a seat.
Judge, for this one, was it
Check.
pre-trial?
Oh, yeah, pre-trial, because he's going to be tested in 30 days.
Randoms?
And that wraps up two cases that perfectly illustrate what's at stake when teenagers make reckless decisions, and what happens when a judge decides to intervene before it's too late. In both cases today, we saw 17-year-olds facing serious charges. One for driving while intoxicated without a license, another for reckless driving. Both tested positive for marijuana after presumably claiming they were clean. Both received the same ultimatum. Test positive again in 30 days, and you're going to jail. But beyond the individual rulings, today's session revealed something deeper about the justice system. Judge Fleischer took a hands-on approach that went beyond simple sentencing. He assigned lawyers, warned parents about civil liability, offered to personally intervene if these teens started acting up at home, and laid out the exact consequences of continued drug use. Whether you view this as judicial overreach or exactly the kind of intervention struggling families need, one thing is clear. These young men now have zero room for excuses. The 30-day clock is ticking. The drug tests are scheduled. The choice is entirely in their hands. If you found these cases as eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this tough love approach will actually work? Have you seen similar situations play out differently? We want to hear from you. Share this video with someone who needs to understand the real consequences of reckless decisions. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss another courtroom breakdown. Until next time, stay informed Stay safe, and remember, every choice has consequences.